We are dualistic polarized beings, meaning we have both soft and hard, dominant and recessive, male and female, masculine and feminine energies that represent us. However, we speak our truth is how we decide to assign them. Truth is truth. That's just how I go with it. Truth is physical. So if something physical is telling me this is its truth, I'm going to trust it and believe it because that's facts to me. We can write facts, we can put facts in a book and all agree that those are the facts. That's fine, but then that becomes a principle of thought and you're choosing to believe in that. But if another human says this is the energy I choose to represent, then that's the truth. And that's the fact. And that's all I need to hear. So when we're trying to fight the dualistic part of us, which is we're both masculine and feminine, all that is at its simplest form is soft and hard, right? Masculine energy is about roots. Feminine energy is about flowering. So each of these can be masculine and feminine within themselves. Just like a male and a female can be a masculine male or a masculine feminine male. It can be a feminine female or a feminine masculine female. These are just representations on the outside looking in because our energies on the inside, we say recessive, but to me, those are what we represent more dominantly as the soul. The dominant perspective is this is what this person represents and looks like on the outside. But on the inside, my recessive energy is saying, here's everything you are actually on the inside. You are also a protector. You're also a nurturer. You're also loving and kind, but you can whoop somebody with them hands if you need to, right? Because for some reason, that's what the masculine energy understands best. Sometimes you just gotta rip something up out of its place and move it out the way. Because in nature, that's what nature does. When a dominant species of plant is taken over, it's going to take over all the other species. It's going to grow over the top of them. It's going to uproot them. It's going to make little hybrids of them. It's going to do everything because that's just how energy works. It doesn't matter what it looks like on the outside. If the energy on the inside knows that it is more dominant, it's going to be more dominant. And there's no part of the lower halves of our bodies that represent that. None of it. If your energy is, you can't try me unless you want to try me, that's the person I'm going to be like, I don't need to try them. There's people who are like, oh my God, yeah, whatever. Do what you want. And those are the killers. They're like, okay? There's people who know how to use masculine and feminine energy at their whim. What do you think pretty boys are? What do you think the girls out there who are baddies are? They don't have to try. They just are. And there's people who go out there and try to replicate it any way they want to. I don't diss people who do anything to their bodies. But if it starts to obstruct the way you breathe, let me stop. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, at some point, think about your actual function of your body and health. Like, some parts are built the way they are because you need them. Some parts are just there because of genetics. And fine, little nip tuck if you need to. But still. Anyways, I digress. Be your energies. Know your energies. That's all it is. Everyone else tries to dilute it with their thoughts and their, unfortunately, insecurities. That's where the lower parts get wrapped into it. Because I can be this and I can do this and I can get away with this, then that means I should have this, I should be able to take this. That's a very distorted mind. That's a very messed up mind. And unfortunately, it's also considered a feminine mind because the feminine energy is about abundance. And if you have an abundance of emotions, of any type of emotion, it takes you into your feminine energy of, I deserve, I should have, because the feminine always has. That's the point. It's not saying that it's deserving to that human because they're feminine. No. In the divine energy, feminine energy deserves to be given to because feminine energy is in the elements of the world. It takes on everything. It's out in the light. Light represents the yang that is light, right? It takes all that, but it's hot. Real yang energy is hot. It's heat. It's hard. It's everything. So it's taking on all that. The yang, or did I mix them up? I might have. But the masculine, the dark side, it's the womb. So the womb is actually down in the roots. That's where the real masculine and feminine reside, because they are both rooted in darkness, but they hold the foundation of all. And then the lighter side of the masculine and feminine is they get to go play together. They get to go out here and coexist and create life and be all pretty and cute. And that's usually through, bumping into the parts. And because of however we seduced each other, well, I dressed this way and looked this way to get her. And because I have these parts, I'm supposed to act this way. You can act however you want. All I care about is, do you know how to use your hands? That's all I ask of any human being on this earth. Know how to use your hands. May it be through work. May it be through, sometimes you got to work somebody over. Listen, I would love to say, don't hit nobody, but I didn't grow up that way. I'm not saying violence is the key, but I'm saying if someone physically walks up to you and put their hands on you, you have the right to lay them out. That's just my opinion. But that's my masculine mind. So my feminine mind is like, well, maybe you should make sure they're okay. Ask them about themselves first before you just... So I tend to try to resolve things with communication first. That's how I got into communication. So I had to go into my feminine energy to be like, listen, we love that you can take care of us physically, but we need you to take care of us all the time, which means you're here on this earth with us. That's how I talk to myself. That's how I love on myself. That's how I know how to call in energies that represent me best and the ones that I represent also. You got to know how to love yourself as both. However it comes out is how it comes out. Who's ever attracted to it is who's attracted to it. Don't let other people's distortion ruin your existence, because your identity literally is all you have. It's who you are. It's how you feel. It's what you want to express. It's what you want to do. It's what you want to, like, when you're singing at the top of your lungs and you're dancing around, that's you. That's you, boo. You ain't got to feel bad about it. Or you want to, like, dress up and be colorful and go be expressive in a world that, who gets to make the rules about when you get to dress up during the day, night, or whatever? Do it. That's you, right? I never understood that. Like myself, I used to think I had to be flashy to get attention. No, I love dressing down. I love sweats. I love leisure active wear. That's me. I don't want to dress up. I can look, yes, looking good, dressing up is great. But for me, I like colors and stuff. See, that's how I express myself. I can express myself still in leisure wear. But at the same time, I get it. There's certain events you want to look a certain way for. I support that. But energetically, for myself, I didn't feel like I needed to get more attention. I felt like I needed to learn how to accept it, because when you're getting it, you don't know what to do with it. Most people's attention it's lustful. It's not, most people aren't giving you attention because they like you. They're giving you attention because they're lustful. But if they get to know you, they might end up liking you, right? Some people, you don't like them like that. But because you have enough time to get to know them, you learn, oh, they actually have a good soul. I can mess with them. Because some people, they just look mean. So you don't know. You don't know. So you just say, okay, let me not mess with them. But they can be the sweetest, kindest person ever. So I tell people, you have to know, if you're in your masculine energy, that means you have to speak up. You got to step out. Your feminine energy is staying inside yourself and protecting yourself, which is important. But you also know that there's too much self-protection, which is saturation. And you'll get stuck in that saturation. And then you're like, why is no one respecting me? Well, because they don't hear your voice. You're not stating what you want. So you have to speak into yourself exactly what you want to come into this life. But that happens by way of being yourself. You have to learn how to express yourself without feeling bad about it. And if it comes out masculine or feminine, great. Just make sure that you're proud of it. Like that one guy, or whoever they are, I don't want to, again, assign anything, but they're just like, I'm hetero. Hetero. I love them. I'm like, you better own it, sis, because we know. Anyways, love you guys.